We have been talking about check format all weekend, but truly it starts to come into play right from this moment. Slissa, we have Be Nice with 20 points plus, the first and only player currently to have the lobby in check. 3 players hot on his heels, trying to get to that 20-point threshold, but we've talked about how we have no idea how long the day could go. Technically, this could be the last game of the first ever Lobby Legends.
I hope it's not, but it could be. We see Be Nice has hit Elise, who is a first place hero. Not sure what other heroes Be Nice had. We had a little bit of a whiff there, but Baba Fat, who is in contention for putting the lobby in check next turn, he just needs 2.5 points, so not a lot. Just needs to get above a sixth place. He needs to get 5th or better. 5.5, but not a lot of great heroes here. There are no mechs in the lobby, so with Curator, he will not be able to put modules onto his Mishmash or his Amalgam, but that is what he goes for. Also, keep in mind, no demons, no elementals, but those two minion types don't really do as well with the Curator, so this is still a good pick and gets the excellent Murloc in the beginning.
Got word from Sottle that Be Nice really didn't have any other decent picks, so the Elise was pretty straightforward for him. And it happens to be, like you said, a hero that is very much capable of taking first place. But within that sort of vein of heroes, we are seeing Collins running it back on Maiev.
Yeah.
We see a Zephyrus here, also very much capable of taking first. We see Ticketus, that's another first place hero. We see Reno, which could be, Reno could also be a first place hero. It's going to be very, very exciting here. But with the minion types out, both demons and mechs, these are 2 of the heaviest tempo comps if you want to go for like early damage around tier 4 when you take the tanks or the soul jugglers. You can really grief players if those types are in. However, they're not. So I wonder how people are going to adapt when facing Be Nice.
Yeah, I do too. How much they're going to tempo early game, really not go for some greedy tier 5 triples, maybe go straight to the tier 4 triples this lobby so that they can just gather as much tempo as possible. We're going to have to see, but I am very excited to see how this plays out. We have a Ticketus and a Hook Tusk, which are heroes we haven't seen a lot of this tournament, and they are decent heroes. Ticketus, one of my favorites in the meta, has a lot of fun with Bran and his battle cry buddy.
Oh man, I'm just so excited for all of the late game implications of the lobby being in check here, because we kind of talked about in our Discord just a while ago during the break that technically Be Nice could have sold his entire board when facing Collins just to make sure that Collins would most likely win that lobby, which at that point would have been most in Be Nice's interest because nobody else had the lobby in check. Now we have Be Nice in check, and then we could have an endgame situation, let's say where it's 3 players, theoretically, Be Nice, X, and Y, where Be Nice is strong against X, X is strong against Y, and Y is strong against Be Nice. We could have X and Y sort of realize that it's to their benefit to have one of them that's stronger against Be Nice, specifically win. And we could have the X player just say that it's just not good for me in the long run to beat Y because Y needs to beat Be Nice, and it would be perfectly legal for X to sell their board to make sure that Y can win. The only thing that is not legal is for the players to communicate that directly with each other. They need to figure it out on the fly, what is in their own best interest.
Yep, and notice here, Be Nice didn't go for the Jeef curve, which I was expecting. He decides to stay down and do more of a warrior curve, which is interesting. And I want to direct your attention to the left side of the screen where it says Be Nice, and it shows that 40 health in the gold. If you see that gold next to a player's name, that is how you know that they have put the lobby into check. So as we go on throughout the day, if you see more players with gold in their current health, you know that that is a player who has put the lobby into check.
All right, we see Ken here with the first Dark Moon Prize Discover, and he has actually gone for the very rarely seen 3-on-3. He's going into 6 gold with already being on tier 3. What do you think about this?
So Ticketus is one of the heroes that you can do 3-on-3. So when we say 3-on-3, that means you're leveling to tier 3 on turn 3. And the reason you can do it with Ticketus is because you do not need the buddy early. This buddy you usually do not use until turn 8 when you have the opportunity to get a turn 12 prize. So you don't have to force tempo to get to an early buddy. You can just be a bit greedier and go for this 3-on-3. It's not seen often, but Ticketus is one of the only heroes that specifically waits till a certain turn to use the buddy. You might see with Skycap and Crag as well.
As for the way to spend the rest of the goal, wow, it's a 4-on-4. Listen.
It's a 4-on-4 situation. The greed is beautiful, and I like that he did it not into Be Nice. I think he's been avoiding Be Nice, so he's been able to do it, and I bet if he were to face Be Nice, he would have had other plans.
I mean, it depends though, because it's also hard to sort of say that, okay, I'm going to be the player to grief Be Nice, and it sort of becomes a game theory thing of where if you're the only one who griefed them, you did a favor for the rest of the lobby. You're not necessarily advancing your own points. Maybe you just gave other people time to earn their points. So it's really weird that the rest of the lobby sort of have to have this silent agreement of maybe trying to bully Be Nice a little bit when they face him, but not to the point where they are deleting their chances against the other players. But we are constantly going to the perspectives of who is facing Be Nice, because I'm so excited to see if any one of them is doing anything special to make sure that Be Nice cannot win. There's nothing in particular though about high tempo that we've seen. Hoff here very likely just going to level again with the Warrior Curve. Do you think it's worth taking one of the pairs?
So it was a really interesting turn for Hoff, because what happens with Reno is you're staying on tier 1 to force a triple, and he didn't even have a pair. So it was this weird stay on 1 without even a pair. And now we're seeing our first sets of pairs. So some people would just stay on 1 an extra turn to find the triple, but because he couldn't even get to a pair, it was really unfortunate. So he has to go for the double level play here. And he needs to honestly just like find something quickly, because, well, he does have a lot of health. He has no pair or triple opportunities here.
Be Nice doesn't quite have a lot of tempo though. Oh no, that snipe on the hyena means that he doesn't get value from the golden, but it's still going to be a win for Hoff here. Less overall damage for Be Nice though, and every point of health he can save matters, because we've talked about Elise potentially being a high chance of getting first. It's one of those heroes that can get to 6 and immediately have benefits from it because of the recruitment map.
Over here on Educated Collins with Maev, he does have a triple lined up in the shop. You see the double alley cats frozen. So he's going to be leveling to get to an early 6 drop likely. He's just trying to figure out what to do with his money here, because he has the Shadow Warden and he can use that to hero power this turn, but he actually has a lot of money as well. So he could level roll for something, but I feel like he's looking at pad, because he can get a lot of tempo with the double with the Swamp Striker this turn, and that is what he goes for. He's gonna play the level, play the Tad, sell out of it, and likely hits a triple. So an early 5 drop here.
Yeah. To fill the board, or Mithrax with only 1 minion type, right? Was it all Murlocs? I can't quite remember. Oh, 2, okay. Yeah, that makes this a lot more reasonable. Gonna go straight up to an 8/8, and then he hero power. Still a decent minion with the Battle Cry double gems from the Razor Boar. Good order from Collins there to level before he sold the Tad, so that gave him a chance to get Primal Fin from the cell here. Hits the triple, which is, you know, a very good outcome as well. And he is facing Be Nice, and this is a quick reminder that everybody knows who everyone is here. It's different from the qualifying period where players had to be in streamer mode. Now they know exactly who they're facing and exactly how many points they have available to them so far. But we have here on Bayou, the Zephyrus 5 drop is a brand, and that's going to be a golden brand very, very soon.
Yeah, he'll have to sell out of a pair. He has to guarantee the triple. He is in a safe place above 15 health, not in the danger zone at all. Closest person down there right now is currently Ken, who we saw to go to the tier 4 on 4. So we're going to see an early triple here. I'm very excited to see if he hits like an SI7 or a Begurgle. I doubt he sells and levels and holds.
I doubt it too.
Play.
Especially with the Swabby, right? If you have Golden Brand, then the Swabby actually saves you gold if you're planning to level. However, he just rolls over it and hits a different triple instead. So now he gets that triple and uses the hero power for Brand. Like the order on the button animation looked really weird there, but that was the button to triple the Brand. And he gets Murazon. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Full board again.
That is going to be a lot of money. I wonder if he should have waited to hero power because he could have gotten the Brand from this discover here, though he didn't. Does hit a Razor Gore, which is great because he does have dragons in hand, so that will be scaling, especially with this Twilight Emissary. And I wonder if he waits to play out this Murazon because he knows that the Maiev already tripled, so maybe wants to discover what Maiev has.
True. I mean, it's a greedy line, but again, the damage cap is still intact here, so I think it's completely viable. And we have talked about trying to grief Be Nice in particular, but the other way to grief Be Nice is just by playing as hard for first as you can, because Be Nice, anything less than a first will not get him the victory. The points essentially don't matter for him. Either it's first or nothing. So if there's another player that is more likely hitting their power spike early and in a better position to hit first, that is, in a way, still going to be awful for Be Nice and good for everyone else.
A tie, which is excellent for both of these players. Not taking damage. We see Be Nice going down to 29 health, not in the danger zone yet. But this Murazon could be interesting because of the Razor Gores on the other, or not the Razor Gores, sorry, the Mithrax on the other side. If he gets a pair of them, he could triple with his hero power. It's one, not great, but has the opportunity to level, which he takes because he is in such a strong position. And we want to point out that Ken is in the danger zone, 14 health, meaning he can go out this round.
Very scary stuff. Bayou, as much as I love Bird Buddy, I don't think there's anything worth staying on for this shop. One roll, he could still buy another minion because of the Murazon cash. But Be Nice here, going for a 5-drop discover of his own from the recruitment map. Bran is available. Murloc's on board. He's on 6. He's the first one. Oh my gosh!
This is huge. He's the first player to 6. He has the lobby in check. He needs a first place and hits the Bran Amalgadon with numerous minion types in his hand. He can sell out of a dragon to get this done this turn, or he can sell out of a beast, but I'd likely see the dragon play happening here.
Wow. I'm still trying to process this. Okay, no poison. It's not a perfect Amalgadon, but he's still so strong.
He can fix it. There are no mechs, so couldn't fix that. But we see over here, Hoff has hero powered a Hogger, and Hoff playing over in China is going to be cross server playing APM Pirates. I'm very excited to see how this goes down. Hopefully the server is not too big of an issue and he can just attack with those pirates. On the other side, we have what's her name?
Captain Hook.
No. Hugtusk. Oh my gosh, I thought you said Tess. My brain just farted so hard there.
Okay,
I'm so
okay.
I was like, what is happening? Yeah, Kurt over there with Captain Hooktusk, also having a pirate game, but no Hogger so far.
Oh man, he did freeze the Salty Looter in the shop, I believe, so he can get a lot of scaling going with the Hogger. Needs to get out of these Murlocs soon. Hopefully for his sake can find a triple before he has to get rid of this pair. But the Golden Buddy is also going to get him another 5-drop. No additional Hogger, so he's not truly infinite yet, but we shall see how this plays out. Every pirate essentially free because it costs 3, but you regenerate 2 and can sell it for 1 again. Double looter, more pirates, a lot of tempo available, but we do have Bobo Fat also now down to 2 health. Be Nice still above the danger zone, and the only player on tier 6 with a Bran. He could just be giving us all a very short work day, Slissa.
No, we want to see more. I mean, I love Be Nice. I'd love to see him win. Ooh, a strong arm in the shop. No brand for strong arm, but it is a lot of tempo. But yeah, I mean, it would be so exciting if he just got this win right away off the check format, but it's not what I was expecting. But he is in quite the position to do so. We see all these pirates being generated by Hoff over here with Be Nice. And
Oh my god!
Done.
Wait, it's golden. Okay.
With the, oh, he hits the poison. Goes
Yeah.
for the triple coiler, getting them buffed with the mama first. Another
Oh my
Amalgadon
god!
is hit. He has a dream comp in the making. This is
Like
not
it's already made.
is this the script? Be Nice wins the very first check format instantly with no competition.
He's so much stronger than Collins. Well, Collins is now on tier 6 as well, which is huge. Maybe he can try and contest some Amalgadons, but there's already 4 out of the pool, right? This triple was naturally made. This golden did not come from a seafood slinger, and there's another Amalgadon in hand. So first to Amalgadons has a huge advantage. Collins will not die nor take too much damage because the cap is still intact here, but I thought he was the best hope to try and get first place other than Be Nice, but it looks like Be Nice is just running away with it. And Boba Fett has died.
Yes, Boba Fett is out, meaning anyone can die in these next few turns, and Be Nice could be the one to kill them because he can do mass damage being on tier 6. We see he's about to face Bayou, who is playing the golden brand and is on tier 6, so can find some Amalgadons. Right now, he just has a ton of stats, but that is not enough, and he doesn't have any gold left either. So this is not looking too great for Bayou, even though he had the great setup. He could be able to still hold on to with his 26 health. He's not too far down. Over here with Kurt, though, he is on Captain Hook Tusk. Still no Hogger, but is getting to face the Ghost this turn. Has the opportunity to Hero Power a 6-drop to try to find Hogger. Instead goes for the 1-drop, probably for economy purposes, making it cheaper to level, which we see so many people on tier 6 now. He probably has that on his mind a bit.
Is right, but who can contest the Amalgadons? Like, people can get poison for themselves and they can pick up Prestar to take off Divine Shields, but in terms of outscaling, it just feels very unlikely that anyone can get there faster than Be Nice at the moment. There needs to be some miracles, maybe like a gas coiler comp catching him off guard now that the damage cap is gone. Like, Be Nice, if he gets complacent, there's a chance he just dies out of nowhere, but it feels very unlikely. He was so strong last turn. He had a full turn this turn with a Bran, and now there is the other Amalgadon. There's money on board. There is a Sephin, and Bayou's expression says it. Wait, this is the guy that has the lobby in check, and he's this strong?
Yep, gets the poison just in time on the correct Murloc. The Sephin not going to be able to get any. And will minions die? It looks like there's just so much damage on the other side of the board.
It's very dead. He's just dead.
Very dead. 3 overkill. Be Nice starting to just knock him out one after another. On his way to win the first Lobby Legends if he can secure a first place. Meanwhile, Ken holding on from Ticketus. He was the first one in the danger zone, but has not died yet. Playing a Ground Shaker Flat Tusk comp with a double cleave. He is next in line to try to defeat Be Nice. But oh God, I worry. I think we need a miracle. I think we need a miracle.
Listen, the name of this tournament is Lobby Legends Raid Leaders. I thought it was that and not Lobby Legends Raid Boss, which is exactly what Be Nice is at the moment. He's just like the old Diablo, being the Grim Reaper, taking everyone down one by one. Ken is going to make a valiant effort. Like, Cleaves, if they were big enough, was one of the ways to potentially still beat the Amalgadons that have poison from Be Nice, but these are nowhere near big enough. And he also has the taunts to play around Cleave. I just feel like Be Nice is a few fights away from taking this whole thing down as early as game 5. I can't believe it.
I'm in shock. I'm sitting here just like, is it happening? And I think it is. I mean, maybe I shouldn't call it too early, but Kurt over here with the Exodia comp, he has a Tony, so he is looking to golden his Elizas. He might be putting in a Baron here, which is a great play to get extra scallywags. He doesn't need to create space. If you guys have seen people play this comp before, you'll see that they'll have only 6 minions in. You only need to do that if you have a Khadgar, because you need to create space for extra scallywags. Baron is not the same thing, and we're going to see if Ken can defeat Be Nice and deal some damage.
There's now 5 Amalgadons.
That is a lot of Malgadons.
Okay.
And one hoping to get poison.
Another one goes
There
down.
it goes.
Care of Be Nice. I mean, if anything, he's earning the first place all by himself, right? He's killing everyone. But I'm really glad that we got to see Kurt's board, because I feel like he's the one last ray of hope for this lobby and everybody else to try and take down Be Nice. Because if the stats on the Amalgadons are not huge and they're all taunted, right? Enough Scally comp, if you have Golden Eliza, Golden Khadgar, and a Baron, that can still potentially beat this. Like, they can go through Divine Shields pinged off with the first few Scallies, enough attack there can get there and beat it. But Kurt is running out of time to put together the pieces. Meanwhile, Collins, we haven't checked in with him for a while. He has Golden Brand again, and he's on tier 6, but he's only finding an Amalgadon now.
I was going to say he's playing the Caligos Beast Dream again. Our favorite comp. Yeah, our first Amalgadon now. And coming to Collins, getting some reborn. He might want to consider reborning the Gas Coiler for more scam potential. Could get some Begurgles out of it to get more poison. Another Seafood Slinger into hand. Has one roll to try to hit something from it, or can just go for this Selfless Hero in the shop.
Yeah. What do you think about the choice to reborn the Goldren over the Gas Coiler?
I really think the Gas Coiler might be correct because of possible Begurgles coming from it. Just like way more minions to try to defeat like the plants that might come from the Amalgadons, all the potential scams. I just don't think the stats are worth it here when it's only buffing 2 minions.
Right. But he can still buy the Selfless here to be slightly stronger if he's reading poisons here. I mean, Amalgadon with Murloc usually will just read Murloc, and that would imply poison. I don't feel that the Caligos is particularly threatening, but Collins is even less greedy than that. He sells out of Bran and does play the Selfless here. Is this going to be enough, though? My instincts say no, but it's not.
I dream it will.
It's non-zero, right? There's a Gas Coiler, so scams can happen, but now there's a Pyrosbana as well. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Colin's shaking his head, seeing the defeat to the board on the other side, but we have a lot of poison Murlocs over here, plus a Divine Shield. If it hits correctly, which it doesn't hit the plant, which was a scary thing. But unfortunately, because Collins only has 7 health, there's just not a lot of hope here.
The raid boss strikes again. What is this? Be Nice is just unbeatable. Well on his way to winning the entire thing as early as Game 5. Is there anyone who has a chance of beating this man? Sottle, you got something for us?
Show us any board that could beat this. Maybe Pampana's come up with something cute and spicy. Anything.
Okay.
This could be it.
Right. We were talking about, I think this one has the best chance. I don't think there's quite enough stats yet, but if this shop, or I mean, he has full 10 gold, right? He could stay here, roll down for triple Baron / find Khadgars. You can technically get enough Scallies to work this. The Eliza is golden now as well. Maybe he had a Tony turn at some point, or he tripled it naturally. Not all hope is lost, but if Be Nice is reading the Scally comp, then he can also tech appropriately against this. I feel like the best chance for this tournament to continue is if Be Nice gets careless, doesn't tech around the Scally comp, and Kurt completely catches him off guard and kills him in one fell swoop.
Yes.
It's a long shot, don't get me wrong, but I am very used to looking for any 1% outs in Constructed, and I'll do it here.
I'm going to find the 1%. We find a Selfless Hero, meaning if we get to the Baron, we have some potential from Punpada. Gets a Nadina, which works with the Amalgadon, but no Baron find. He can consider rolling one more time and then ending on the Ghoul in the front, which I think he decides to do. Unfortunate not hitting that Baron. Are these Murlocs enough? We've seen that there's plants on the other side.
Yeah, we saw that there was a pyro spawn also for Be Nice, so the
Right.
selfless isn't necessarily going to do a lot too. But I'm glad that we're coming back to Kurt here because the way that the fights have panned out is that Be Nice has literally knocked everyone out. Maybe not the curator, I don't know, but everyone from Zephyrus up for sure has been a kill by Be Nice. And the next on the chopping block is Panpada, right? We have Kurt on the ghost here. So in a way, Kurt has had the maximum amount of time to put together a comp that can maybe challenge the super early tier 6 here. He's a lot of Khadgars away, potentially a golden Baron away as well. But if Panpada dies here, that will mean the Baron back in the pool. There's a miracle potential for Kurt, but he doesn't have much time to do it anymore.
One Baron back in the pool miracle. We did see that Kurt did level, so now Kurt is on tier 6. A little bit more opportunity. Panpada is congratulating Be Nice with the clapping of the hands. He is saying congratulations to Be Nice, you have won this tournament, and now everything's on the line for Kurt. Can Kurt do this? Can he defeat Be Nice?
Can he be the savior of the lobby? I don't know, Slissa. Can Bob be generous and give Kurt 1,000,000 Khadgars and the triple Baron? Because he needs the perfect Exodia Pirates. Just Golden Eliza, I don't think is not going to cut it. And he has some selflesses, but I don't really feel that's useful against Be Nice because, again, he has Pyro Spawn.
Khadgar.
Yes, Khadgar. Khadgar.
That's not what he wanted, though. He's realizing that Be Nice just kicked out Panpada and it's all on him. He knows it's all on him. That is his reaction. Like, really? This is on me now? You guys are doing this to me? He's shaking his head. Why are you doing this to me, man?
Look at it this way. Be the optimist. The glass is half full. Everybody died first to give him the maximum amount of time to find the golden Khadgar. We don't see the rest of the shop, but as early as 50 seconds on the clock, Be Nice is mostly done with his turn. But we see the Zap in hand and the Acolyte. I don't know if he's going to play those down, but those are both incredibly effective tech cards against this comp that Kurt has. Zap conditional on whether or not the Baron has been buffed. We do see that blood gems are available from the Quillbore, so Kurt can try and slightly play around that by keeping the Selfless on board. The Khadgar is in hand now, and he can replace the Flat Tusk at the end of this with the Khadgar. A second Baron is available, but there's almost no gold left.
No, the dream. It's dying. Be Nice fans in chat are going wild. I can hear them now.
Oh,
They're saying this is what I can do. Go, little scallywag, go. He's laughing.
Scallywag going to spawn 4 pirates here, and with the Golden Eliza, each one of those attacking is +4/+2, but the attack order is not even what Kurt wanted to see. He loses a 50-50 to get the board space and the Selfless dead first, and the Baron is out. Slissa, I think we have a champion.
We do. Be Nice over here. We get to see his perspective. We get to see our first Lobby Legends winner. He's still stressed. He's still counting all those scallywags.
It's like this in Constructed too. The players already on ladder, they know they've won, but until the absolute final call has been, yes, exactly, determined.
Can I get some yeps in chat? Yeps for Be Nice. Let's go. Our first
35
ever Lobby Legends check format, and Be Nice takes it in 5 lobbies.
Crazy. He just has such a huge lead on everyone else. A first place to lock it out right after he got that 20 points plus threshold for check. And that means now that there's no more chance to earn points for anyone else. So we do have our top 8 locked in order here. Unfortunately, some of our predictions, Slissa, going out in the bottom 4. But of course, it is all about Be Nice. Huge congratulations to him. We saw such a consistent performance right from the get-go during the qualification process, and he's gotten the most first places even prior to today, right, including those qualifications. And he's shown that he's capable of doing it when it matters as well.
Yeah, we talked about that at the start of the stream, but he was one of those players to be really concerned about because he got here with the most first places, and being able to secure first place is how you win this style of tournament. And he did it at the correct time and just destroyed one player after another. We were watching this playback, every single one just dying to be nice.
Wow, I feel like he took down everyone in the lobby one by one. He truly was the raid leader, the raid boss of the event, and the first ever official Hearthstone Esports for Battlegrounds champion. It must feel amazing for Be Nice. And Slissa, I did get the chance to actually pop in his chat a while ago. He was streaming right before the tournament and getting his thoughts on things. I was asking him, do you think that people are going to grief really hard when one person has the lobby in check? And he said, actually, no, I don't think so, because it's really difficult to say that they're going to be the person to maybe make themselves weaker in the long run just to help out the rest of the lobby in order to give somebody more time to get to check as well. And that's exactly how it panned out. I don't think I saw any like specific plays that you wouldn't see in a non-check format. I don't think anybody really had the capability either, though, because you guys got so strong so quickly. But it's just so impressive to me how that confidence paid off right from the beginning. Everything going according to plan, and that humility now can be thrown out the window. I think it's justifiable to do so. He can gloat all he wants because this was so convincing.
And I want to point out, too, when we saw the points, no other player got to 20 points after this turn. So he would have had another game to himself to try to win it out, because the closest we got was 19.5 after that turn. So, yeah, again, like he would have just had the lobby to himself yet again to try to get for the first.
Very, very true. Slissa, thank you so much, but I do have to ask you to step away for a little bit because we have an interview with Be Nice ready, the champion of Lobby Legends Raid Leaders. Be Nice, congratulations! How does it feel? Game 5 only.
Thank you so much. It's unbelievable. I don't know what to say. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, I don't know. It's mind blowing, to be honest. Like, I didn't expect that I have that I have a chance. Like, I knew I have a chance to win, but I mean it's so tough to win a tournament in such a stacked field, and like so much stuff has to work out in order to win the whole thing. So it's crazy. It's actually crazy. I don't know what to say.
It really is. I know that a lot of things must be going through your head right now, but can I pick your brain a little bit about the thought process, how it started out at the beginning of the tournament and how it changed when you got to that 20-point check position?
Like when I played my after I won the game with the Cirella, I had like 16.5 points. And I got the hero selection with Zephyrs, and I really like Zephyrs and the secret dude. And I decided then to go for the secret dude because I knew I only need like a few points to make it to 20. So I was like, okay, it's a little bit more safe to get a top 4 with that character than going for Zephyrs. And it worked out. And over the entire tournament, it was just step by step, to be honest. Like, I just played game by game, and I was trying my best, try to squeeze in every stat I can, every advantage I have somehow, and it worked out really well. And my last game, that was really intense, to be honest, because I had like 2 lines. I had the safe line, going for Mama Bear Death Battle stuff. I got a perfect Death Battle setup. But it's not enough to win the tournament with Beast. Right. So I had to go for the greedy line with Bran. And it worked out. Like, I got the dongs. I managed to get the good ones. And like the one turn was crazy when I tripled the dong. And then I had like double gas coil line stuff. And there was so much stuff going on. And it was also a little bit laggy because like I'm sitting in Berlin and I play on an A. So it was not perfect in this situation. And I couldn't do like everything what I wanted because I didn't have the time. But in the end, it worked out. And yeah, crazy.
Right.
Crazy.
I'm so sorry to ask this of you, but on the official broadcast, we have to call them Amalgadon. So please use that term from now on.
Yeah, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that. I'm sorry.
Don't worry whatsoever. You should get used to it. because with a performance like this, I'm sure we'll be seeing more from you. Can you talk a little bit more about your preparation going into the event, even all the way back from qualifying on ladder and the initial tournament?
I have to do a shout out for like my viewers know that I'm a big fan of Good Dammit. Like I watched him a lot. He's one of the best players we have, and I learned a lot. Like this was kind of like my preparation. To be fair, like I watched his stream a lot, even if I don't understand because I don't speak Russian. I learned a lot. So like he was, in my opinion, also the favorite in this top 16 event. Like he's a really good player, and I try to learn from him, and then I just try to stay calm. Like it's obviously not that easy to play a tournament, and it's my first like gigantic tournament. So obviously there's also like a little bit nervous and stuff, but yeah, that was like basically my preparation. Just try to be calm and watching like good players, like Goddammit, XQN. Like we have so many good players, and I don't consider myself being the best. So there was a lot of stuff to learn to get advantage.
I mean, that humble attitude is really iconic too already. I tuned into your stream just earlier today, and I could see that your positive outlook has really helped you. And you also mentioned something there as I was asking you about check format and whether you think it's more good for the players or the viewers. Can you share what you told me to everybody?
I mean, the format is perfect for the viewers, right? Because it's really exciting, and it's not like if someone gets ahead, like like it went really well for me, right? Like I got a good first game with Daryl, then I got lucky with the Oxaron game, and then I won the lobby with Cirella. So if like I could have just played it really safe and just go for beast, right? If we just have to make it to like 20, 30, 40 points, whatever, then I can just play it safe, you know? And with this format, I had to win a lobby. So I have to go for a greedy line in order to win. Like I can't just get like second, or just play safe into top 4 and then I make it, right? So you have to high roll the hero and the lobby. So that's really interesting for the viewers. It's not that cool for the players, I would say, because you have to high roll. Like I won the tournament because I got lucky there. Like that's just how it is in the end. But yeah, it's really cool for the viewers.
You also played well, and I know you mentioned that it wasn't so much about the money necessarily, but also just growing the Hearthstone scene and also making sure that more people can tune into your stream. Because I mean, you were laughing at me and Slissa calling you one of the bigger streamers in the tournament when you feel you're not necessarily that big of one. But I think a lot of people are going to start tuning in and appreciating your stream, as I did today. So any message to all of your subscribers and viewers and new fans?
I mean, I can just say thank you. Like I got so many messages. It's actually insane. Like so many positive vibes. And like after yesterday when I did well and I qualified for today, like I got so many messages that they are rooting for me and they're happy for me. And like, it's crazy. Like I got so much support, so much love. And yeah, I don't know. It's just, I can just say thank you to everyone. And just thank you. And I'm really thankful for everything. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for those kind words. I'm going to let you go now, celebrate a little bit more. So I hope to see you perform in later. Oh, so go ahead.
Thank you.
And Slissa, I'm not great at interviews. I couldn't tell when he was trying to say something more or if I was supposed to keep going.
You did great. And he did great too. It was a beautiful interview.
Absolutely. I just haven't seen that dominant of a performance in any game mode for quite some time. Slissa, the event is over much quicker than anyone of us thought. And any reactions here? I'm still honestly processing it.
I don't want to leave the casting booth. I'm here forever. No, I'm just kidding. No, this was such a great event. I think the check format was so exciting, and I think the audience can agree. It was shocking to see it go by so fast. I was ready to sit here all day. You know, I was prepared, but I guess now I'm just going to have to go jump in my pool because I got time to go have a pool day, I guess. But yeah, I think we have a lot more to come from Lobby Legends. This is just the first of many events. Keep in mind, we just had the cutoff for the next event coming up, the March month. At the end of March, we had cutoffs for the top 16s of every single region, and they are going to be having their qualifiers soon. And our next Lobby Legends will be happening in May. So make sure if you enjoyed this event that you are following Play Hearthstone and all of our community so you can watch our next Lobby Legends event.
That is right. Our next Lobby Legends in May, that qualification period has closed, but there is an ongoing qualification as well for the third Lobby Legends to be held later on the year. And the dream begins with finishing top 16 on any of the 3 servers. Just as Be Nice did, you can also live the dream and compete to become a Lobby Legend. So I would like to thank everybody for tuning in to this event, especially our co-streamers as well, who have poured their time and effort into sharing their perspectives and making sure that we can bring Battlegrounds action to as many people as possible. Slissa, thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast. Thank you to our production crew and everybody working behind the scenes. It has been an incredible event and a great honor to cast the debut official esports event for Hearthstone Battlegrounds. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good day, and remember, tune in to the next Lobby Legends as well.